Hello and welcome to What's Hot. This is the show where we get into what's new, what's hot and what's trending.
Hi, I'm Judea Jess and today I'll be guest hosting alongside Uncle Timothy.
Today we have Nigerian gay rights activist Bisi Alimi with us. We're going to be talking to him about what it's like being black in the LGBTQ plus community.
Welcome to the show, Bisi. It's so nice to have you with us. I'm so excited to talk to you.
Thank you for coming, man. No worries at all, no worries at all. What would you like to drink? We've got an array of different flavors.
Drinks. We've got a whole cocktail cabinet here for you.
I love flavors.
So, yes.
So I think I will go with this Serrano.
Yes. Would you like
it looks tempting.
A double shot?
I'll go single.
Single. Okay.
I love going single.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay. A single. I'll do you a single and a half.
I have a feeling that alludes to more. But we'll get onto that.
Yeah, we'll come to that.
So tell us more about yourself first of all. Who are you?
My name is Bisi Alimi.
Yeah.
I was born in Lagos, Nigeria.
Yeah.
Moved to the UK 13 years ago. Yeah. I was actually a trained actor, so I was acting on TV in Nigeria before coming to the UK. And since I've been here, I've mainly worked in international development, which has given me the opportunity to travel the world, to contribute to, making the world a better place for everyone to live in. And
you've made so many changes. I mean, from what I know of you and what I've read about you, is you're such a pioneer and you're such an inspiration, and you've honestly given people so much pride and to believe in who they are and present themselves to the world as who they are. So I just think it's really wonderful. And for me, the amazing thing about you is that you are, we're all African, we're all West African, I'm part Nigerian, but we're all Nigerian, so we know sort of how difficult that can be from where we're from. So that's the thing for me that I think is really astounding about you. So I'd love to hear more about that.
I think to pick up on what you said, I made a commitment to a 17-year-old me. And I hope this could be a sort of a trigger to so many people. When I attempted my first suicide, because I wanted to be like my big brother, right? It was a straight guy who was so much into girls and all of this thing. And here I was struggling, like massively struggling with the fact that I might be having emotional attachment towards another man. And this is something that nobody talks about within my community. There's no role model, there's no hero, there's nothing. I have to be that to myself.
And you were living in Nigeria at this time?
I was living in one of the poorest area of Lagos. I'm from Mushin, so I'm like a Mushin boy to the core. And so, I really struggled with that. And so when I attempted the suicide, and I'm still here, I made a vow to myself that I need to find who I am.
Yes.
And I need to reconcile with that, and I need to live it authentically. And in the process, that has inspired a lot of people as well to be who they are and love.
I think we're all on that journey. I think whatever it is that we're facing, whether it's to do with identity, whether it's to do with our jobs, I think we all have a promise to our younger selves of there was a dream once, we can fulfill that dream. And I think you have gone on to fulfill and surpass your dreams. Wow. Would you think so? I'd like to think so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to drop name. I think the height of it was for me in 2012. I was just sitting at home on my computer and I got this email and it has the office of the President of the United States of America.
Okay.
And I was like, I thought it was Yahoo.
Oh, yes, of course. This is some prank.
I was like, yes. Who are you, these Nigerians that I get? I'm one of you. And it was an attachment, and I was like, should I open this attachment? Should I not open? So I clicked on the attachment, and there was an invitation with it, with a seal of the President of the United States of America. And on it was an invitation from Barack Obama.
Yes, because in 2012 was when he was still in office.
Inviting me to the White House for a reception that he was hosting for selected people across the world who has made huge impact in changing the world.
That's so amazing.
And I'm this boy from Mushin. I don't know whether anyone knows where Mushin is. Like, it's the roughest place in the world. Having this invitation to meet the president. And I remember I went to Washington, and I went to the White House, and I met Obama, and he spent about 2 minutes having a conversation with me, and he shook my hand, and I couldn't say anything. I just broke down and I started crying, and I was like crying. I said, oh my God, just going back to what you said, I said, oh my God, my dream is coming true. And he just looked into my eyes and he said, if you believe and you walk towards it, your dream will come true. And so when it comes to surpassing it, I think at that moment I realized that I have come this far.
And can you take us back to when you first came out publicly? What was the fears and what was the dreams then? Like, what did you expect and how did you get through those moments?
And I just want to say that I know that the way that you came out and where you came out is such a big deal, and I would like viewers to understand that this is not in the UK where you can come out with, obviously there will be always fear of prejudice and being treated unequally, but this is somewhere you came out somewhere where it was actually illegal at the time, and there would have been a lot of backlash from government towards yourself and danger indeed. So I just want to explain that to everyone watching, and
I think that background is very important. So to link both, you're talking about my dream. I'd always, as a little child, I always wanted to be an actor. I love acting, and even when I was going through most of my very difficult, darkest period in my life, every time I'm on stage, I just have this connection to something, I don't know. It's just like going into a trance.
It's your Sasha Fierce. That's your Sasha Fierce. Yes.
I just go into
Hold it.
Yes.
I go into another realm and I'm something else. And so I've always wanted to be an actor. So I was excited when I got into University of Lagos to study theatre arts. And it was like, oh my God, this is my dream come true. And then the pressure came because with acting comes fame that I wanted to act. I didn't want to be famous. So with acting then comes fame.
And just looking at this picture of you on the screen here as well. So
I mean, you're ready for the spotlight. Even if you don't want to be famous, you're ready for the spotlight.
You were ready. Do you want to tell us about this character?
Oh, so this is Miss Posh. So that's my alter ego. She's Miss Posh. I do drag show.
Okay.
Wow.
So I'm residence drag for a private club in Mayfair called Conduit.
And
so I performed there. But this was at the Arise fashion show in Lagos. And I was getting ready to oh God, I can't keep looking at this picture.
I love it.
I was getting ready to go for the Arise fashion show. So going back to what I was saying, and then with fame came pressure. So the media were really, really after me. Already I was outed in uni by the school magazine. And so by the time I was on TV and people would turn on their TV every Thursday evening to see this boy acting, and nobody knows him before now. So just like you just dump him on our screen. So who is he? And this was 2004. It was so much for me. It was like really too much. That it got to a point I don't know who to trust anymore.
No, I understand. It's funny because we say 2004 and it doesn't feel like that long ago, but I remember it was very different. It
was very
back
different.
then. Of course it was
different. And I was going to be outed by a newspaper in Nigeria. So there was this big talk show.
So you almost had to get there first.
I got there first. I love to be in control.
Yes.
That's something I love.
Good, So your story, your life.
Exactly, and I have to tell it my way. And this huge TV show in Nigeria called New Dawn with Fumi. And Fumi is this big TV personality. And just rang them up and just said, you know what, I want to come out on your show. And this is like the national television in Nigeria. And I came out, and that marked the end of my acting career. So I was told not to even bother coming back on set because we were supposed to start season 2 of the show. I was like, that was out of it. And nobody was going to give me a job, not even a cleaning job. That was how bad it was. Like nobody was even going to like give me a chance in life. And then I realized what then happened was because I came out, all of these people that I don't know where they are from started reaching out to me and saying, you know, I'm also like you, and you're coming out as
and that's
me. I
the
needed help. And
inspiration there, because
Exactly.
I'm even wanting to know how your family and your friends that perhaps didn't know reacted towards you when you did openly come out. Did you meet more positive, or was it a balance of positive and negative, or?
That's a very good question. So on the part of my friends, a lot of my gay friends stopped being my friends.
Oh, because they didn't want the association.
Exactly.
They're worried about themselves.
They're very worried about themselves. And some of them were back to be friends now. And when they come back apologizing, I was like, there's nothing for you to apologize for.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would have done in that situation. So this is someone that I'd gone on TV and said, this is who I am. If I'm seen with him,
he may be associated.
Yeah. But the thing is, my straight friends stood by me, because they had nothing to lose, they had nothing to hide. They were okay with whoever or whatever I am or becoming. That was okay for them. But my parent was very funny. So my mother, because this show is so huge in Nigeria, so people kind of watch it. It's like a breakfast show.
Can I ask, did they know before at all that you were going to say something?
My mother has always been suspicious.
Mommies know everything,
Oh my God, they
honestly.
do.
No matter what we tell them, mothers know everything.
True.
Yes,
It's
they do. And she will always come with like, whatever it is that you're doing that God is not happy with. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And so and then I came out. She was in the office, and someone screamed when they saw me on TV and said, "Oh, Mrs. Alimi, come and see your son on TV. Come and see your son on TV." And then she came. She had no idea I was going on TV that day. And then I started talking about being gay, and she was like, and everybody that was so excited to see me on TV were kind of like, okay. And they were, and she told me, "You disgrace me." Like a typical Nigerian. You disgrace me. I was there, and people were watching, and you're saying you are a gay. You disgrace me. And my father also said he was watching it with his friends. And so I was caught up. Because I left my family home, then I was living on my own. So they told me to come. I went, and they were like, we don't want to have anything to do with you again. And we don't even want you to come here again. Don't ever come near us again. It was one of the most difficult 3 years of my life. Because even when I got my first visa to come to the UK,
was that when you made the decision? Okay, I've got to leave.
No, actually, I did. The live in Nigeria wasn't something that I thought about. That I didn't even plan for it. So I came here first in March of 2007, but then I've gone into HIV and LGBT work because nobody was going to employ me. So
because your foundation, of course, I'd love to hear you speak about that as well.
So that came about when I moved here. But in Nigeria, I was just like, because I come out and people were coming to me, so I was just doing what I was doing. And so Terrace Against Trust, which is a gay sexual health organization here in the UK, heard about my work. And they said, we're having a conference and we'd love for you to come and speak. So they brought me here in 2007 and I spoke. I was on BBC and I gave a talk and all of those things. I went back. When I got back to Nigeria, I was arrested because they said, I was saying some nasty things about the government. I was released. And then a month later, my house was broken into and I was almost assassinated. And I was, I still do not know what happened, but I escaped. And 2 days later, I was out of Nigeria. So it wasn't so much as if I sat down somewhere and I was like, okay, where do I go? Even when it was funny because I was leaving, right? I had no idea I was going to stay in London. And by this time, I'd reconnected with my mom because what happened was the next day after the attack, I went to report to the police and I was detained. And the police said that they got information that I was using my house to turn people gay. So I don't know how that happened, but I was detained, and they said they would only release me to my parents. So that my parents had to come to the police station, and they had to hand me over to them. And my father and my mother, they were having a conversation, and suddenly my mom turned to me and said, "Do you still have visa on your passports?" And I was like, "Yes." Said, "Well, you need to get out of the country." And I was like, where am I going to? The last time people invited me, they paid for my flights and everything, or the hotel. And it was like, you just have to get out. So I left.
That's the mother's heart of protection, definitely.
I was flying when my mother called our sister here and said, please, can you stay with me? So if she had said no, I possibly would just be sleeping on the street.
Wow.
So, but it was, I look back now.
And
13
can I
years.
ask? Yeah. Speaking of family, can I ask about your other half? And there's a story you were telling us off air about this baby.
Yes. Because
explain.
this obviously looks like a very happy family photo. But you were telling us that. Well, I'll let you talk about your family and your husband and who baby is.
Yeah, so my husband is the most fortunate man in the world to have me in it. Right?
Yes. Love yourself. Yes.
Exactly. So my husband is a Aussie. He's from Australia.
Yeah.
We met in London 6 years ago, and we got married 4 years ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So that baby is my most amazing
The reveal.
nephew. No, so what happened was we went visiting my sister. We just gave birth, and then we're trying to teach my husband how to actually hold a baby.
Oh, okay.
Because he was really freaking out.
Yeah.
Does he know now? Is he comfortable? I'm still not the most comfortable.
Well, loads of people are, because they're so delicate. They're worried about holding them. I mean,
The point is, he
I
doesn't
was.
have a choice. We're going to have a choice very soon. So he's going into.
Oh, have we got an exclusive?
No, it's
He won't have a choice very soon.
I should have said that.
Okay, all right. So I think we've got the exclusive that we wanted.
So you have to edit that bit.
You heard it here first.
Yes. So we're doing baby carrying practice, and then my sister took a picture, and she's very cheeky, right? She knows like whatever I post online will possibly go viral, and she was like, "Can you post this online?" I was like, "You know, if I post this, they will carry it, right?" And she was like, "Just post it." So I posted it, and even before we left, because she was making dinner. And before we finished eating dinner, it was everywhere that we just have a baby. And I was like, oh gosh, no, I have a baby. It's my poor nephew. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Bisi. Guys, when we come back, we'll be talking about the UK heat wave, the Stephen Lawrence case, and we'll be playing our new What's Hot game. Thank you. See you soon.